it might be all over. The dynasty that, if you're my age, we all grew up watching might be crumbling right in front of us. Steph Curry is doing his very best to keep it alive, but right now he just has very little help around him. There are two players on this team averaging more than 15 points. Draymond has lost his mind, and Clay hasn't been the same Clay since the injuries, which makes sense. And I think it's probably time to rebuild. You have some good young pieces with Brandon Podziemski. You got Moses Moody. You got Jonathan Kuminga. Or maybe not a rebuild, maybe more of a retool. The dynasty seems cooked, however, regardless of the fact that Steph Curry is still hooping. On the year, this man, he's still a top 5 player in the league. 28 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists, 1 steal. The team is just, it's failing him. I hate to say it, but they're kind of missing Jordan Poole right now and his 20 a game that he gave them last year. 46% shooting from the field, 41% from 3 for Steph, 11 attempts. I know I know Chris Paul does some good stuff for them, but right now Steph is having to hard carry this squad. With Clay only averaging about 17 points, their next leading scorer is Wiggins, who hadn't been playing good at all. They could use another guy that can get them 20 a game. It's looking like the Warriors are turning into the retirement home for Chris Paul, for Draymond Green, for Klay Thompson, for Steph Curry. All these guys towards the end of their careers. And like I said, Draymond has just gone insane. I mean, it's a shame that one of the best defenders of our generation will go down with, an MMA fighter beside his reputation. 10 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists so far this year for Dre. And I don't know if it's the Warriors not playing well, but this man has ruined his reputation. Especially, with the European population, because it's almost like hate crimes towards them. It's crazy. Klay Thompson, 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2.1 assists. Now, yes, 17 a game. Not a terrible second option, but in the modern day NBA, I mean, the Warriors' offense is rated like 20th. That is abysmal for a Golden State team that has been at the top of the league in that category for years. 42% from the field for Klay, 37% from 3. That's not great. And again, he's 33 years old. He just hasn't been the same since the injuries. And, I mean, you can't really expect him to be. As I mentioned, Chris Paul is added onto this team. People kind of forget about that. But this has been the worst team that Chris Paul has ever been on in his career. Ironically enough, even though they beat him throughout the latter half of his career, he's averaging decent numbers. And like I said, he gives them good looks as a secondary ball handler, allowing Steph to go out and them to not get absolutely drugged, although they're still not great as they've been shooting it. He also allows Steph to play off the ball a little bit, but he's only shooting at 32% from 3 and 40% from the field. So that is not good. We're at that point. If you are enjoying today's video, make sure to like button and leave me a comment down below, as well as hitting that subscribe button. It'll really help us out in the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on here. As you can see, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But in my opinion, the biggest disappointment to this Golden State Warriors team has been Andrew Wiggins. The man just has not been playing very good basketball. 12.3 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 26 minutes. This was the guy that was supposed to step up and be the number 2 option offensively. With Jordan Poole leaving, this was supposed to be his year to take a big leap inside of that Warrior system, and it just hasn't happened. 42% shooting from the field, 30% from 3 has been terrible. Usually he's a really good defender, only 0.4 steal and only 0.3 blocks. Now, I know the numbers don't tell the whole story on the defensive side of the ball, but he has not been as good as he normally is defensively, and this is a guy that's supposed to be in the prime of his career, just having a career worst season. I mean, he was better in his rookie year than he is right now. I think the biggest mistake, though, that is haunting this Warriors team is the drafting of James Wiseman at number 3 over Tyrese Halliburton and over LaMelo Ball. That was a big mistake. We're talking about 2 of the best young guards in the league. Talking about under 25. I think Luke is 25 now, right? So this is probably two of the top 3, 4, if not 2 of the top 2 best young guards in the league. Tyrese, he'll give you about 20 points, 11 rebounds on extremely efficient shooting. And then LaMelo Ball, I know I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan, so a little biased, but he was really starting to come into his own before the next ankle injury. And he was averaging 32 points a game over his last 8 on almost 50% shooting from the field. Kind of insane numbers. So they could definitely use a guy. And that's kind of my whole point after the Jordan Poole trade. They just need another guy that can score. That can really score. They have a decent young core. I understand the pool trade from the salary cap side of things, but man, Podziemski, however, he is a bright spot on this team. At 20 years old, the rookie is coming in. He's only averaging 8.3 points, but he has shown flashes where he can go out and get you 20, 30 points on any given night. 5 rebounds, 46% shooting from the field, and 40% from 3. Those are really, really good numbers for a rookie guard. Really rare numbers as well for a rookie guard. You don't see guards coming into the league being that efficient. Kuminga is still 21 years old as well, so he's another nice young piece to this roster. I don't know if they'll try to trade some of these guys to win now with Steph, but you see the numbers there for Kuminga. Not terrible. Needs to get that three-point percentage up, though, a little bit. And then Moses Moody, another 21-year-old that, he's averaging close to the same numbers as Podziemski. A little bit worse shooting from 3, but about 46% from the field in 19 minutes. Maybe Steve Kerr needs to start getting these guys a little bit more PT, because that's where the future is. They still also have Wiggins, who, like I said, is 28, supposed to be in the prime of his career, and their second rounder from this year's draft, Trace Jackson Davis, hasn't looked terrible, as we're about to see. But looking at the standings right now, they're sitting at 11th. They're on a little 3-game win streak, but I think they need some more firepower. It wouldn't shock me to see them trade for some guys at the deadline, because obviously the goal here is not to make the play-in. Okay, you're supposed to be a team competing to win championships, because this is the end of the Curry, Clay, Dre era in Golden State. Let's go out with a bang. They have some good defensive pieces, but honestly, I think they just need Wiggins and Clay to play better. Play the way they've been playing before. Maybe you add in another offensive piece, but man. However, they are coming off a win against the Boston Celtics last night, which is a very good dub. They also beat the Brooklyn Nets, thanks to Curry having 37. Trace Jackson Davis has been a rebounding machine as of late. Chris Paul, diamond out, as you can see, but Curry is low-key carrying this team. They got Washington and Portland coming up, so you could be looking at a 5-game win streak, getting back onto the right side of 500. We will see, though. I think, you at least need to retool it. Maybe not rebuild, maybe not blow it all up, but just try to retool it, because right now, Bob Myers got out at the perfect time. This team is in a salary cap pickle. They are in salary cap hell, if you will, right now. This is not a good place to be. You go and look at their cap sheet, and they're like $50 million into the luxury tax. It is bad. So they got to figure a way to get out of that. And I don't think that the way to do that would be trading young pieces for established stars making $30 million a year. So I think it's time for a bit of a retool. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comment section below. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.